Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds. The Alan Silvestri score, I mean, obviously it's badass, but I've never sat and thought about it, how much it adds to the movie.
Yeah.
Like it
oh yeah, they use the Billy music when Bill Paxton, spoilers, dies.
They sure do.
And I was like, well, that's not quite the same moment, but okay.
Yeah. That music does a lot of work.
It really does. Hey everybody.
Hello everyone.
Hi. My name is David Bell.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Predator 2. Predator
the sequel. Street Pred, they almost called it.
Los Angeles, 1997. It's the hottest summer on record. Pollution is choking the city. The gangs control the streets.
It has not been a nice day!
As bad as things are, they're about to get worse. Much worse.
Did they? Oh,
no,
God, they should have.
They fucking, it seems like they almost did.
Yeah. Before we get started, big thank you to the Enchanted Wandering Unpierced Left Nipple Cider served at room temperature.
Thank you.
That is our patron producer who had us watch Predator 2. They really pulled our arm on this. Is that the term? They
twisted. They really shot a net gun around our arm.
Yeah, like, because we wouldn't normally watch Predator 2 on our own. We definitely need somebody to tell us to watch it.
We would have kept passing this movie by had somebody not requested that we sit down and make this special episode for them.
Yeah. Thank you, Enchanted Wandering Unpierced left Nipple Cider served at room temperature. Thank you. We appreciate it. I want to start with a fact.
Yeah.
They approached Steven Seagal.
Okay.
The director approached Steven Seagal, quote, "He was desperate to do it. I went into his house and he took me into a room where all the walls were covered with guns. He told me he wanted to play a CIA psychiatrist who is also a martial arts expert who carried a gun. He was clearly a little crazy at the time, and I was like, this is different than the way we're going, so I guess we shouldn't do it." End quote.
Why? I want to see that one.
Yeah. Well,
there's not much room for the Predator in Steven's idea, but
yeah, it wouldn't have been a good Predator movie.
Wouldn't have been a good movie. It would have been a memorable one.
We talked about Predator on a podcast, I think, Into the Mr. Universe, about how, like, one of the assets of Arnold Schwarzenegger is that he understands when a movie's bigger than him, or at least
yes,
he used to.
He can definitely be part of. Like, I even think he does that with the Terminator movies.
That's what I mean.
Like
the
in
Terminator,
3 and in the most recent one, Dark Fate, like it seems like without much ego is sliding into the back there. Like it's,
yeah.
I mean, not to say that Arnold doesn't have an ego, obviously he does, he's a famous psychopath, but it seems like he is much more willing to like you said, be part of an ensemble or be part of a concept rather than the star. Than a lot of other
lose a fight.
Yeah, than a lot of other action stars that were at his level at this time.
For example, Steven
Seagal. Yes, famously
where it's like
Steven Seagal.
And this is why it's like they couldn't. Yeah, like I know they didn't have Arnold back because I guess there was salary negotiations. Again,
yeah,
Schwarzenegger, he is a star and he knows he's a star.
Yes,
but even in that context, he still understood. It feels like that a movie of quality has to be made. It has to be not like a big ego thing for him.
And
and he understood that good storytelling meant that he had to take a back seat sometimes.
Right. especially if the concept is real. It's really high concept, like Predator or
Right.
Terminator, and also weirdly, he's not a sequels guy. Like if you think
Yeah.
about it, it's Terminator.
That's it.
There's one Conan sequel, 2 if you count
Yeah.
Red Sonja.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. That's all to say that
It's,
they.
it's sort of like Jim Carrey, for the
Yeah.
longest time was like, I'm not going to do sequels.
This also isn't John McTiernan. This is the director of Ghost in the Darkness and Lost in Space and Blown Away.
Yeah, Stephen Hopkins.
And the writers of Wild Wild West and Mission to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
This is an assortment of people.
He also directed The Life and Death of Peter Sellers, which is a very
Hell
good
yeah.
movie starring Jeffrey Rush as Peter Sellers. Like this guy, I was obsessed with this director for a small time in the early aughts because of the dichotomy between making the movies he has and Predator 2.
Yes. I love that he also made Predator 2. Mm-hmm. Because who wouldn't? It's Predator 2.
That would be at the top of my resume, regardless. Like, no matter what
Yeah.
you could throw this onto just take all of, I don't know, Scorsese's resume. Like, you could say, this is all, I directed all of these movies, but I'm going to put Predator 2 at the top.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
I feel
think-
like he would do that. I feel like that's how he would rank his own movies if he had also directed Predator 2. Had he but got the chance, if he wasn't bogged down with Goodfellas that year.
Right. I don't think we realize how much we owe to Predator 2 as a society. Predator 2, it really does set the stage for Predator lore more than Predator 1.
It's the aliens of Predator.
Yeah. Yeah, like, is it as good as Predator?
No.
It's no. But I do quite enjoy watching it.
Is it good? Yes.
Yeah. It's a look at it was released in 1990 and takes
Sure
place in
was.
97, and that's funny because
There's
they're
a-
approximating 7 years into the future.
Yeah.
And that's such a dumb number to approximate.
It's the Silververse, man. They were really on board with this idea. Like a couple of years later in Demolition Man, like Los Angeles is
Right.
going to look like this at the end of 1996. So this
I
is just
love
like
this vision.
this
yeah.
is the mid 90s in the alternate universe that is the Silververse, and that's all the movies produced by Joel Silver. Is what I mean when I
Right.
say that. For
Yeah,
the
where
listeners.
Every police station is just filled with cigarette smoke and sex workers fighting each other.
Yeah.
And like subway scumbags.
Yeah.
And like everything is New York in the 70s, basically.
It's the Lethal Weapon movies, Commando, Predator, Die Hard, anything
Yep.
where you see Pacific or Atlantic Courier. So Speed is in there as well. It's
Yep.
just like what you think of when you think of 80s cop action.
Right. It's also, and I hate to bring this into it, but I do believe it's what's running 24/7 in Donald Trump's brain. Because there's literally a part where a reporter, it's like Mexican street violence, and the reporter says, like, where's martial law? We need to bring martial law into Los
That's
Angeles.
Morton
And it was
Downey
like,
Jr.
Yeah.
and
And it was
that,
like, oh, no.
that was what he was saying on TV at the time too.
Right. This is conservative
but yeah.
uncle porn.
Oh
basically.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
the Silververse is conservative porn. The Silververse is also Tango and Cash is in the Silververse.
Oh, yeah.
It's also very famously they hate it's part of that 80s wave
Oh,
of
yeah,
action
Due
where it's like due
Process,
process
yeah.
is made by some sissy ass liberals that get in the
Yeah.
way of justice, where criminals have more rights than kips.
It's the conservative, it is the
Yep.
conservative, like, Lord of the Rings Tolkien universe.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy watching the
It's
movies
incredible.
taking place in them.
Yeah, it's the greatest piece of conservative fiction, I think, is the Silververse.
It's really funny, yeah.
Genuinely a good piece of fiction that I enjoy consuming regularly.
Right. It's so funny when the conversations are like, Hollywood is full of liberals and liberal messages, and it's like, that's not true now, but it was never true.
Not
And
only
in
is it not
fact,
true
some
now,
of my favorite
It has
movies.
never been true.
Yeah. And some of my favorite movies are ridiculously right wing in their messages.
Right. Do you remember what happened when they did a right-wing purge of Hollywood? They ate themselves. Like,
Yeah.
people lost careers. Like it is an extremely conservative. Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, Predator 2 is great.
Predator 2's awesome.
I wanna, yeah. In terms of Predator as the aliens, this establishes. So I would say Predator 1. Some of this stuff is floated in Predator 1, but I think this like firmly establishes rules, such as it only goes after people who are a threat. That is very firmly established in this one.
They established
it's
it in the
still in the
previous one.
first one.
Yeah.
But like this like the pregnant lady, the like I don't know.
The pregnant lady was new, but they did the gun thing specifically in the first one. Remember?
Oh yeah,
That's why Pancho gets shot, and when she's going to pick up his gun, he says no, and then kicks it out of her hand.
They introduces a lot of his weapons.
Armed.
The spear was the spear in the first Predator.
No.
Yep. The net, I don't believe
That's new.
was.
All of his
the
weapons.
smart disc.
Every single
Yeah.
weapon is new except for the shoulder cannon. The shoulder cannon and the gauntlet are the only things he had in the first movie.
This also
kind of
firmly
all you
establishes them as a race of hunters, I feel like. In the first Predator, he's just kind of a nut. You know from the first movie that he's a hunter, obviously, because he's taken prizes, but this kind of refines the like hunting race, like rite of passage, like they are.
There's
like
it's in the first one. It's just really between the lines. In the very beginning, you see his little spaceship shoots out from a larger spaceship.
Right.
So you're like, okay, somebody dropped him off here. And then the lady is telling the story about how like this is cyclical, like this monster will show, or whatever this is, will show up every couple of seasons when it's like really, really hot, like unseasonably hot is when the predator will show up.
Yeah.
And just kills men all over the village for generations, she's saying. So it sounds like Predator's been hitting this place up for a long time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he loves it here.
Yeah, but that stuff's way more explicit in the second movie where they toss him the gun that's literally says 1776 on it or some shit.
It feels like the Predator's like, well, this is awkward. I should give you something. Like it's that vibe of, it's like the vibe of you're at a party and a kid is staring at you and you're like, I guess you want this candy, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a moment in this movie. But like, I love the vibe of just like, well, bye. Like, we're going to leave. You can stay on the ship if you want.
The Bob's Burgers episode. Well, kids, I never learned any of your names, so bye.
Yeah, bye.
It does. I mean, for like John Carter, and then like it's in the Klingons, I think, or it's a present in a lot of sci-fi and fantasy. But like warrior cultures is they give you some sort of medal. It's an article you take from the person you've vanquished.
Right.
So
like, you won.
You won. Here's like one of his fucking cool things. But I do. So there is that interpretation. But I also like this interpretation where it's like you're giving them, they're still like a warrior culture that's where you get this because you killed him, so you get some of his medal. But there's also like they're just looking at it like this is a person thing. So you like people things, right?
Exactly.
You're a people. Here's a people thing.
What do Americans like? They like guns.
They like guns.
Here's a gun.
Yeah, here's a gun.
Yeah. And then of course,
are these the gun guys? These are the gun guys, right? All right.
This movie, this was already a comic book, but this cauterized the Alien versus Predator of it all, right? Like the comics had come out a year before, but this was
like right on the line. I remember.
Yeah, this popularized it, I'd say, more than the comics did. But
yeah, because Dark Horse was doing Alien stuff through the '80s, I believe. I'd read some of them are freaking gnarly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to go back and read them. They were.
Yeah, there's some. Whew. They went hog wild with that property in the 80s, man. There's some cool comics.
Oh yeah. It's funny how
Make
the
any
idea
of those
that
a movie. Make any of those a movie.
Oh god, yeah. They're making Alien versus Predator again. You know it, right? You know
and
that's
it's the character. It appears to be the character from the comic book in that. Anyway, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah. It's funny because like the Alien versus Predator they did make is in the Arctic, right? Do you remember how that goes? Because the Predators
it was like a training temple that the Predators had built on Earth for some reason. It was dumb.
Oh, right. It was hot. You in the flashbacks you see that it was hot, and then it's
Is that what happened?
I think so because it's like why would they build it there? It's fucking freezing there.
Dumb. I like the weirder ones like Predators.
Yeah,
the weird that just dropping a bunch of people on a game preserve. That's fun.
Yeah.
The Predator. Get weird with it. I don't care.
Yeah. Something I didn't realize about this movie, I did not realize, or maybe I had to remember, that Kevin Peter Hall is back. Mm-hmm. It did not occur to me that he was the Predator again in this one. I don't know.
He did. Yeah, he did the first two movies for the longest time. The only Predator movies. So like,
Yeah.
for the longest time, he was just the Predator. That was it. He was the Predator and Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Oh,
was
and the
also
helicopter
he's
pilot
been
at
in
the
Star
end.
Trek.
Yeah, at the end of Predator, he's the helicopter pilot.
Whenever you needed a tall guy,
Mm-hmm.
they had him. He wasn't even that tall. He was. I looked him up. He was
He's-
like 7'1".
That's
I
pretty
mean,
tall.
he's tall. Don't get me wrong.
Pretty
He's
tall.
tall.
He's
But he's
basketball
not
tall.
like. Yeah, exactly. He played basketball.
You kind of have to. If you're over 7 feet tall, you're like, well, obviously,
Yeah.
what else am I going to do? What am I going to do? Squander this gift?
Yeah. This also. I would also. This film also hammers in the fact that Predator films are slashers. I remember we talked about that, and there's nothing more slasher than blank in the city. Let's bring him to the
Yeah,
city.
Jason takes the bite of the big apple. Yeah, that's what I think the main thing that kept hitting, because obviously I've seen this movie dozens of times.
Yeah.
I say obviously because just of who I am and what I've chosen to do with my life.
Right.
But I think the key difference between this one and this is one like where they are having fun with the Predator, like they're having fun with the idea. This feels like the comic books that they started to write, where it was, let's just take this monster and put him in different situations, and it's like you said it's a slasher film, and I think we've talked about before on one of the other Alien movies we reviewed, but it's sort of similar with Alien, where it's just the setting that you drop them in is what gets exciting or interesting.
And the characters and like who is he fighting?
Yeah.
It took us way too long after this movie to remember this about Predator and release Prey. Don't get me wrong, there's some other good Predator films along the way, but Prey feels like the last one where they were like, right, slasher. You know, like
And
Predator plus location plus time.
And specifically, we know it has traveled all through time and history.
Right.
Man,
yeah.
why haven't we been doing Predator through time?
Right.
That's what if you have that, that's a gift for a slasher franchise.
Yeah. It is. Also, I was thinking Jason versus Predator. Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Like Predator's like, I'm going to hunt the best
invisible.
Predator of all. Yeah.
They would not be able to see him.
It would be so great to watch like Predator fight Jason Voorhees and like
They'd not be able to see each other. They'd be stumbling around.
yeah, they'd be having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Just Jason trying to wrap his mind around that cloaking device.
Yeah. Oh, he wouldn't give a shit. He would. He'd be thrown off for a second.
Do you think he'd see them or not? Would he see the telltale shimmer?
I don't know. All I know is he wasn't impressed by Freddy Krueger. So what the fuck, like dream,
Right.
like being his dreams invaded. He didn't care. I don't think he cares if someone's invisible.
Like a spirit impossibly crawling inside of his own mind to fight him didn't faze him. So
Yeah, I don't think an alien.
an alien with a fucking invisibility cloak is.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if people have seen this movie. It starts with a cop car on fire and a shootout with the cops between the gangs. The gangs seemingly like win.
Yeah,
That
that's
shootout.
that's another part of the Silververse. It's like this extreme conservative idea that Mexican street gangs or Latin street gangs are going to take over Los Angeles and just rule it like tyrant warlords, which is the version of the future that they've presented here, where the cops are like this beleaguered ragtag society. They all dress like G.I. Joe characters, by the way. They all have like their own. They look like an action figure squad. Like they all have their own like signature little outfit pieces and like accents and guns. I mean, clothing accents, not vocal accents. And like a gun. They all have different guns and they all have like a different thing.
If you were,
it felt like an episode of the Predator Saturday morning cartoon show. With Danny Glover and his three cop friends.
Yes.
Showing up to fight Predator.
In the Silververse era, if you were a stuntman who was brown skinned or dark skinned in any way, Italian is fine. You're eating good.
Yeah,
you're buying a house.
You stayed fed, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Thomas Rosales Jr. is in this film, in case you were worried.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of the gang members that gets killed by Predator in the beginning. You think he was going to miss this party?
No. God, no.
He got shot by RoboCop, man.
Yeah.
He gets
Of course
stepped
he
on
did.
by a Tyrannosaurus.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's great. I mean, I love seeing him. I love
Yeah,
seeing him.
you guys know him. He's like henchman in every one of these movies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And so, yeah, the Predator just joins the gang war, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Like, he's just seeing all this violence, and he's like, there's a heat wave, so he's like, oh, I can go here. Like, I can try the city. They seem to have landed their ship in Los Angeles without anybody knowing.
Has it been down there for a while? Like, I
don't know.
The end of the movie is real strange. Like, they reveal that the Predator ship is like in a cave beneath Los Angeles.
Is the idea that a bunch of predators were like, let's go get that ship? And one of them, because from the predator's perspective, this is a very funny story. It's the story of a predator being like, let me go out there, from like leaving the ship and going like, hey guys, I'm going to go hunt for a few days. And then coming back like 24 hours later, missing an arm, going like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Start the ship,
shit.
start the ship.
Yeah, let's go. Go. That's his story. It's basically just, he goes
The rest
out.
of the Predators like checking their beast logs. Like, wait, what lives on this planet?
Yeah.
Like, what did this to you?
Yeah.
Like showing him pictures of like bears and sharks. Was it this? Was it this? And they get to Danny Glover and he's like, ah,
Oh, that's the guy. That's the
Danny
guy.
Glover.
Yeah, because he just joins the gang war, and starts just I don't know he starts stringing them up and skinning them.
He joins the gang war like Kool-Aid Man, but yeah.
Yeah. But he starts stringing a bunch of them up and skinning them. And I have to note, like, where is all the skin going? Because there's a scene where they walk into the swanky. He better be. Because, like, he skins like 10 guys in one sitting. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what do you need that skin for?
He's doing like video game challenges. He's doing like Arkham Knight challenges. He's skinning, like trying to see if he can skin 10 dudes in 60 seconds without getting spotted. That's an Arkham Knight challenge.
It is. Yeah, it's like, what are you making a blanket?
He's doing
What's
like some
going
fitness app or something that gives him these like, on your hunting safari vacation, try to hit these fitness goals each day. Skin 10 bodies in 60 seconds.
Right. Or he's like being like it's hazing or something. Yeah.
That's when they all show up and they're like, God damn, we didn't think he'd die.
Yeah.
We better get out of here. Here, you take his gun.
Take his gun, man. See ya.
Yeah.
I love the thought that they're all
take
bros,
his bodies,
these
and they're like, we
predators.
got to go throw this guy in a lake or something.
Yeah, I like to imagine they're all 19, the predators, the equivalent of 19 in their world, and they're going to get back to like their rich dad, and they're going to be like, what happened? You know, it's going to be a whole thing.
One of them, the one that tosses him the gun is like gray, like clearly gray.
Yeah, he's
got,
supposed to be the elder.
white hair.
Also played by Kevin Peter Hall.
Oh,
it
nice.
turns out. Yeah.
So I like to think that maybe he's like the babysitter or the chaperone or the butler. Let's be honest, the butler.
Yeah.
Because these are all rich kids
True. Yeah.
on dentist safaris.
Yeah, I want to know how they got lodged under Los Angeles. How they get stuck there. What the plan was. Like why one of them went out, decided to go out, and the rest of them stayed behind.
It's another important thing when I say about this one having more fun with the Predator is that this movie also does a lot to demystify the Predator. Like, I think this is when you start to think about, for me anyway, as they lean more and more on the hunter angle, as they make more movies, this is where you really start to think about, is this guy just some ass? Wait, is he just some asshole?
Right.
Like, because you just, what it sounds like a guy got drunk, crashed his car onto some land, onto a lease where he doesn't have a lease there, onto some land where he doesn't have the right to hunt there, and he's just going on a bender.
Yeah. It's like it's like when you realize your own parents are fallible, where you're like,
Yeah.
Because it is that moment where it's just like, wait a second, is the Predator making a lot of mistakes here?
Yeah, I think the Predator is just like a hunter that I know. Like,
Yeah, he gives up. So the Predator in this gives up. He goes straight to nuke way prematurely.
Right. He
He
wasn't
is
gonna die
hanging
if
from
he-
a
yeah.
building.
Right.
Yeah. And he goes, well, better pack it up.
It's pure embarrassment there. That's pure shame.
Yes, it is. He is literally going to die of embarrassment. That's his plan.
Like the last one had a log dropped on him
Yes.
by Arnold
He is,
Schwarzenegger.
right. This predator is just hanging from a building. He can just, and in fact does, survive the fall.
He can take that
He
fall.
could leap. Does he not have like something like a Batman grappling hook in this moment? You know, like there's so many things I
No,
feel like
but
the predator could do.
He doesn't have that, but like you said, he was just leaping from tree to tree. Like he jumps.
Yeah.
He's
But
got claws.
he's just like, well, better blow up myself in a portion of Los Angeles. And then he fails to do that because Danny Glover cuts off his arm.
which stops the bomb, apparently.
Yeah, apparently. And sends Predator just flailing down the
Eating
alleyway.
shit.
Yeah. Where he then crashes into a bathroom and immediately needs a moment.
Yeah.
I love that he immediately goes like, okay.
All right, I gotta get out.
I
It's
need to do
he
some first
rips
aid.
his med kit out.
Yeah.
It's like you're hammering the heal button in Call of Duty.
It is really
Get
this
your
movie.
ass torn off in a firefight.
It is a rampage and then a retreat. That's
Yeah.
what the movie is.
Well, I
The
forget
last
how
half of the
quickly
movie is Predator running away.
I forget
That's
how
it.
quickly it moves. Is it goes right
Yeah.
from the subway train goes right into the finale. Because Danny Glover
Yes.
chases him from the subway train, and then that's it. That's the rest of the movie is Danny Glover chasing this dickhead.
Right, and he just has literally like a stopover at the shadow government. They like throw him into a van real quick, and they're like, "Okay, so here's what we're gonna do," and then that just fails, and the chase just continues.
Yeah.
like it's just anyway. Like they're briefly interrupted by Gary Busey,
Yeah.
who then just gets missiled directly in the fucking face. That shot of him, the POV missile coming at him.
Yeah.
God,
Great
directors
shot.
just loved
Great shot.
Gary Busey screeching.
Yeah.
And then the chase just continues. They just
Yeah.
go anyway.
Anyway, now that we've gotten rid of these nerds,
Yeah.
not even Adam Baldwin can stop the Predator.
Yeah. There's so fucking Bill Paxton.
Bill
in this.
Paxton.
Auditioning for True Lies. It's just Bill Paxton is the Steven Spielberg of playing like pathetic scumbags who specifically get humiliated by tough Latino women
Yes,
or women in Latino face, I guess, in Aliens.
that's true. Yeah.
But like that's his thing. He's just we want to see women knee him in the crotch. That's what we want.
Yeah,
Like
that's
or at
true.
least at this era of him.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about Aliens.
Oh yeah. I do frequently.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean people know this. He's the only actor who's been killed by a Terminator, Predator, and Alien. Bill Paxton. I believe that's still true.
I think it's Lance too.
I was looking this up. That's debated. So I think Alien versus Predator, he might get killed
He gets killed by a Predator
By-
in that one.
because he doesn't get killed by an alien. Mm-mm. He doesn't die. So does he ever get?
He gets bishoped in twain.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, right? Because he's
No,
in
I
Alien
suppose
3.
not. Yeah. He's just a
So,
hunk
like-
of junk in Alien 3, like he's a busted old Teddy Ruxpin, but yeah, he's there.
Yeah. So I don't think he quite has it. I think he's close. I don't know. Is there something I'm missing?
I don't know.
I think
I'm not
it's still
sure.
Bill Paxton. I think to honor Bill Paxton, no one should ever try
Yeah,
for
we
it.
shouldn't let anybody get that.
Yeah. It's like a sport. It's like a a sports record or something, where it's like let's just leave it be.
Yeah.
Like someone could do it again. But
Yeah.
why?
Also, I don't know. Honestly, I think it's debatable with Bill Paxton, right? Because does the Terminator kill him?
He's pretty.
He certainly kills Brian Thompson.
Yeah, I think he kills him, but you're
He just
right.
grabs him by the face and throws him.
Yeah, that would.
I think I'd have to go back and it's been a
Yeah, I'd
minute.
want to watch it again,
Yeah.
but it seems like he has been murdered.
Sure, yeah.
But you're right.
I don't think it's as definitive.
I don't know. Well,
Anyway, he's in this movie.
yeah. Did he not? The Predator doesn't take his skull, does he?
No, he does. Yeah.
Okay, he does. Yeah, because I was like, I take Bill Paxton's skull.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
that's a good skull.
It's a pretty solid skull.
It made me think about though, like why. When does this Predator know to take a skull and not?
I
'Cause
think.
he-
Well, it depends. Yeah, I guess it's the kind of fight you put up, right? Because
I
he takes
guess.
Billy's skull, he takes King Willie's skull.
But Bill Paxton, I'm like, Was
Bill
that
Paxton
really much
fought
of
him.
Yeah, he fought him.
He literally throws a golf ball. He throws everything he's got at him. Then he picks up a machete and is like, fucking, let's go.
The gang members don't really fight him, do they?
Not really. They just kind of get mowed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it is about
I think it's
who
just like,
fights
this
him.
guy was pretty good. Let's get his head.
Yeah. Again, it's Bill Paxton's skull.
Yeah,
If I
also,
could,
you
I
just
would
gotta get it.
Right. If it was up to me, I'd have that skull. Like, if no one's watching, I'd get that skull right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another challenge, is you got to get that skull
Yeah.
before Danny Glover shows up. He doesn't quite make it. Danny Glover catches him getting that skull.
Yeah, that's true.
That was,
By the way, did we mention that one of the things they predicted is that there would be a subway in LA? There wasn't one when this was made. I looked this up. So they successfully predicted LA subway. Maybe there were plans already. But
there must have been, because it's been
the one
around
thing they got
for a
right.
while, right?
yeah. It's the one thing they got right.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably already, like you said, but sure.
Yeah.
I wish, like, the G.I. Joe team of law enforcement agents was real.
Yeah, me too.
They look like a super team.
Yeah, I would live in this universe.
Oh, yeah. No, they
The
all
drug
look like...
dealers have... Oh, go on.
I was going to say, they all look like the other action figures in the RoboCop line. You got RoboCop,
Yes.
and these are all the other people on the police
All of
force
his
with
friends,
him.
yeah.
These are all RoboCop's friends.
I love that the drug dealers live in swanky apartments because crime pays. I love that crime pays in this universe. Mm-hmm. Like, I would be one of those guys. Like, I would be swanky cocaine guy, you know?
Yeah. I like that the gang member, like, man, cocaine is boy, they just treat it like just anything in the Silververse. It's incredible.
Oh, yeah, cocaine ruled the earth.
It
in
did,
this.
because
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah.
They were doing cocaine while they were making these movies. But I
course.
like that the gang members are like rubbing the cocaine into their bullet wounds and stuff.
They're getting all ready to
Like
fight
it's
the
the
alien,
ooze.
just pumped up on cocaine.
Oh man, like
Here's-
they're
so-
injecting themselves with Bane's venom.
You know what I'm genuinely surprised they don't do in this? And they kind of, like, they,
Give the Predator
they butt
cocaine?
up against it. Yes. Well, but they butt up against this idea. But if you look at Predator 1, they kind of do this. I'm surprised Danny Glover doesn't team up with the gang members. Like, the idea becomes like, oh, we have a
It's a bigger
problem.
enemy. Yeah.
Yeah. That feels like where they're heading with this. But
They do like 2 seconds of it when he goes to talk to King Willie, and that's it.
yeah. Structurally, this movie is a mess.
It's
like,
insane. I always forget how jumbled and weird the pace and the story is in this movie.
right. It feels
It's
like
so
a dream.
weird. Yeah, it's so weird. It feels like it's missing things.
Yeah, because it's like, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and it's a lot
All of a sudden,
like,
it's over.
yeah, and then it's over, and you're like, wait,
What? What happened?
Like, he literally falls from an elevator shaft into the alien ship, and
Yes.
you're just like, oh, okay. Like, it's Alice in Wonderland shit, where it's like he just the scenes just kind of transition to each other, where it's like the part where the government is after him, I remembered being, or I assumed being, its own big beat, but it really is just a stop on the way in the chase. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like, he's literally running after the Predator, and some guys grab him and drag him into a truck.
And drive him to the Predator.
Yeah, that's like
No, it's cool. We know where he's going.
I forgot for a second when he was going after the Predator. I was like, oh, and now they're going to go to the roof. And it was like, no, we have to do this other thing first. This 10-minute other sequence with fucking
Gary Busey.
and-
That character was supposed to be Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original.
Ooh,
version
was
of
he
this
supposed
film.
to die?
Probably not.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I imagine it was heavily rewritten after it
Yeah.
was clear that Arnold was not going to be involved. They've tried to get him for a number of these. Like, that was supposed to be him at the end of Predator or
The
Sigourney.
Predator
If
or
they could
whatever.
get her, they couldn't
Yeah.
get either one of them.
Yeah,
So-
there's a lot of these that feel like they're modular in the sense that like the ending of the Shane Black Predator feels like it was a placeholder.
Yeah, it was.
that
That's
they
what I was talking
never-
about.
Yeah, but that like when they realized like they were on the day like on the phone with Arnold. It feels like
Yeah.
and then they're like shoot it where it doesn't feel satisfying.
Yeah, because
in
it's just like
that
a Predator mech, right?
Right. And so does the Gary Busey stuff in this, where you're like, it feels like it's only good if it was Arnold and then him and Arnold teamed up and like went off at the end, right?
Yeah.
But because that isn't there, it just feels like this non sequitur in the movie that doesn't really go anywhere and then just ends unceremoniously.
They had fun with it by naming him Peter Keyes, which is a reference to E.T.
Ah, that's cute.
Keyes is the name of the agent, played by Peter Coyote. E.T. So Peter Keyes.
All right. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
So what they're saying is E.T. should have cut him in half with a discus. That's what they're saying.
I do like to think that this is the same E.T. shadow government. Like they're just dealing with aliens.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think that this actually takes place before E.T., which explains why the government is so on edge in E.T. Mm-hmm. Like where they're like, listen, the last one
where they're trying to make sure that little fucker is dead.
Yeah. They're like, listen,
this one's
he looks
psychic.
Cute. Yeah.
They clear a path for Arnold. He comes in with a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
About to make first contact.
It's weird that they hunt humans, right? Like I was thinking about this too, because when you look at the skull collection, human skulls really stand out as being. It's like if you went to a hunter's house and they had like a
little ferret skull.
And like a ferret, and you're like,
because you'd stop. You would stop dead in your tracks, and you would turn and look at your host, and you'd be like, "What's the deal with this one?
Necessary? Yeah.
What's the story? What's the story with this one?"
In the Predator's defense, maybe the answer is they just go, "Oh, that thing had a gun. Those had guns."
I feel like if the aliens, you're going to get two responses, right? It's either from aliens who have encountered humanity or haven't. And the ones who haven't encountered humanity are going to be like, what's the story about this little guy? Yeah. The ones who have seen humanity are going to be like, oh, fuck, yeah, you got one of those? Yeah.
Yeah. And the ones that are like, oh, look at this little guy. You know, those aliens are like, oh, yeah, you go to the planet. Go to the planet.
Go to the planet. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, we're like vermin to them. We're like, it's honey badger shit, right? Where it's like, oh, yeah, you think they're little now. You go on their planet and see what kind of fight they have.
Piranhas.
Yeah. They have nukes.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't expect that shit.
They're squishy little dipshits, but man, they figured out guns.
Yeah. They get into fucking tanks and they'll fire at you.
Like when Predator gets shot by Danny Glover's shotgun like 18 times in the end here, he seems genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
He's like, wait, what?
Like, why do you have this in the city?
It's like getting up like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like, I understand.
Broke my shoulder gun.
You think that's the logic where they're like, okay, so they're dangerous in war situations, but surely in the cities where they live, it won't be as bad.
So why is he hunting in the city? He's just a dirtbag, man. Yeah. He's like running through a cave, killing sleeping bear cubs. Like, that's kind of what he's doing.
Yeah. I think it's because none of the Predators had done that, right? It was the heat wave. Everybody's sweaty as shit in this movie. And Predator is just like, you know, we barely have a chance to hunt in Los Angeles. I mean, they have a chance now these days. But like,
oh, yeah, I did want to talk about that.
Well, yeah, at the time, they're like, well, you know, we rarely get to go into L.A., and I hear it's fun there. So let's go hunting.
Yeah.
It's hot.
They go like a heat wave, 109 degrees. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
109.
109. That's downright cool breeze.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a relief.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, it's almost below 100 today.
Right. Predators are going to show up and be like, what the fuck did you guys do to your planet? We're just walking around here now.
They're going to show up and assume like 16 of their brothers nuked themselves on this world.
Yeah.
Like, did you all get 16 of us to self-destruct? Yeah. That's the only thing that can... Oh, they see all the cars and the airplanes.
Yeah.
Oh,
you guys are fucking crazy. Jesus.
Yeah.
Thought the aliens were crazy.
You guys haven't figured out twin ion engines yet? Oh, that was... Oh, okay. Okay, we thought Star Wars was real. Thought that was real.
That's why we came here. We saw Star Wars. We gotta get down there.
We desperately want your engine technology, and now you're telling us it's not real?
Oh, Predator 2. I feel like we barely talked about.
We've barely talked about Predator 2. It's just he kills a bunch of people in the city, and it's funny. I mean, I don't know. It's a slasher movie. It's a slasher movie with a big predator.
they should have made this movie several more times.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I guess this one just didn't do well, and that do well enough, and that I guess that part of its DNA didn't click. Or no, slasher movies were also kind of going out of style around this point too.
This is actually a big thing I wanted to talk about. I forgot to talk about is the genre that is Predator. Mm-hmm. So the first Predator movie, it's action, but also horror. Like there's genuine moments that are kind of eerie, but it's not really horror.
It's a horror
it's
movie.
Horror like Aliens is horror.
It's a horror movie in terms of the violence is very gory.
Right.
That's kind of what that used to mean.
Right, and it's a war movie. It starts with like a war mission. We've talked about it where it's like it's sort of like the twist is that it's a slasher film, and that
twist
Arnold
is that
is
there's
like
an alien in it.
Yeah, and Arnold's like the final girl, basically. Like it's the group of tough guys go into the woods and get demolished, and then you realize like, oh shit, this isn't Commando after all. They're fighting for their lives. But it's sort of like, what if we took an 80s action movie and put an alien in it? And this is actually kind of what if we take a gritty cop movie
80s cop movie.
And put an alien in it.
Well, if we dropped Predator into Lethal Weapon, that's essentially what it is.
And so it's kind of like they basically, the pattern they've been doing is like slasher movie plus whatever genre they choose to infect. Like you could almost do this with a romantic comedy, like do
a Hard Eyes version with just predators chasing them.
Because that's what these first two movies. That's like the stage they're setting, which is like we're gonna take like this genre that you already know, and just put Predator in it, and like the genre seems to include a hard ass, like an action. It's basically an action genre, right? Because the idea is the predator hunts other predators. So I guess you could do romantic comedy, but you could do other versions of action, right? Like
spy action.
Yeah. James Bond versus Predator could have been a thing and should be a thing. Like that is the direction. That's like the pattern being set up here. And I feel like they then sort of, I guess this movie didn't do well and they didn't think about it for a while. There was probably a huge push for Aliens versus Predator. And was that the next time Predator shows up? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We basically
more
stalled
than 10 years
out
later.
until we were ready to do Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, that series
sort of
just stopped dead in its tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
It continued. I mean, there were lots
shame.
of comics and novels and toys and shit. Like Predator continued very much as a property, but
it
was only 2 movies for the longest damn time.
Right. It was hard. And I think part of it is because this was so unfocused. But I remember when Alien vs. Predator came out feeling like I was being handed water in a desert where I was just like, thank God.
I didn't even see it, yeah.
It was just like, finally another Predator thing. I'm so happy because it'd been so fucking long, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's true.
Good. It was bad water. It was fart water.
It was bad water, yeah. It was the hot dog flavored water.
But I was hoping it was something, you know? Mm-hmm. Now we have an abundance. But I kind of wish, like, even the new Predator, Badlands or whatever, seems like they're not doing the slasher thing. They're going more into lore again. But
in a cool, like, wasteland direction. I'm on board.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, I'm on board for what it's doing. It seems like you can do a little bit. You can do more with Predator, in my opinion, than you can do with Alien, because obviously in Alien you're restricted by the fact that they're just bugs. But like Predator has a culture and society. Like I said, they're kind of like Klingons. You could go more into that without, there's ways to explore it. There's other things in this universe that's like maybe less exciting when you're doing it in the context of an Alien movie because you just kind of want to see the aliens show up, but like. Maybe in a Predator movie you could kind of because there's all this like just real quick in the Aliens like extended universe or whatever, it's all the stuff that's in the background of the movies. There's all this like political stuff with countries that became companies, and there's this like space wars between these companies, and like there's other aliens and other kinds of weird dark shit out there just doing its own thing completely unrelated to the aliens. Like I feel like Predator might be an easier stepping stone into playing around with some of that stuff. Because I feel like Predator's less restrictive, although you do have the same problem where it's people go to a Predator movie, you want to see Predator.
Right, and that's the thing is like I'd say the aliens are fundamentally they're just insects, like you said.
Just bugs.
So
yeah.
it's like Jurassic Park, right? Where it's like I just really kind of want to see people deal with
where do you
this
put
problem.
them? Yeah.
Whereas Predator, definitely you can explore their culture and stuff. Like there's that, but they are also this other thing.
Yeah. Where do you put them?
I think that I wish maybe they'll just do every other or something like that. I just hope we know to satisfy both of those instincts where it's like
I think get two completely different stories out of it too.
Yeah, I think there are these one-off ideas where it's just like you could do a TV show, a Predator TV show, where this would actually work really well for the today's TV shows where it's fucking 6 episodes or whatever, where most of the episodes are just a person versus a predator, and then you do like every season you have like the mythology episodes of exploring the predator lore or something like that. Like you could do something like that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I want, where I'm like, like every other Predator film, or like do like 2 slasher Predators, 1 lore, 2 slashers, 1 lore, and just do that 50 times until time stops, and I'll be happy.
You can get way more out of Predator, I think.
Yeah.
I want to see him do that with Aliens too, mind you, but
Aliens for me is a very specific combination of things. It doesn't even have to be location. It can always be a spaceship. To me, it was like, get a unique filmmaker who has a unique look. So you get a David Fincher, you get a James Cameron, people who have unique tones. Give them aliens, and then give some sort of evolution to the alien. And that's kind of it. Because I think the aliens, the point of the aliens is they're almost like a virus that evolves with time.
It adapts to its environment, so you get the different critters depending on where it is. Like we've been saying, where you put it.
They had that toy line where it's like the point of an alien was that when an alien latches onto a species, it takes on the characteristics of that species. So they had a toy line where there was like, here's a cheetah alien,
rhino
here's a
scorpion alien. Yeah.
You can do something where it's like, do something like in the David Fincher one, where it was originally supposed to be a dog. That didn't work out very hilariously, but then it became a cow. And it's like, that's why the idea was that's why it's sort of like speedy and crawls more than compared to the first alien. You're right.
It's a dog.
Yeah, and so like go that direction with it. Just the new fun way an alien will be like created.
Yeah, give me octopus alien. I don't give a shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
I also like the idea of like with aliens, you just go in a like a Blade Runner direction, right? Like it might even be in the same universe.
Yeah.
So if you just went for like quote unquote lore films of Alien, just go in total cyberpunk direction, man.
Yeah.
Think of like a cyberpunk plot. Drop an alien in there.
You're now making me like rock hard though for the idea of an alien sent in a sea lab, like where the alien gets loose underwater.
An alien in Rapture, an alien in BioShock.
Yeah, that would be so fucking good.
Here we are at 40 fathoms. Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
Alien in a submarine.
Alien in a submarine, but like Alien Octopus would be rad. Like that would be like the 3rd act boss, like the queen.
Oh yeah, yep.
Is like
Sweet.
a big squid alien or something. Oh my fucking god! Fuck!
Do it. Do a water planet, man. What would that look like?
Yeah.
They had to deal with this goddamn bullshit. You get a shark alien up in there.
Yeah, we're making new alien films. Can we at least make them new and not just like the other alien films? Like, I don't know. This is the thing where it's like, I know we're talking about Alien now, but like, why can't they do this stuff? It really bothers me because like when Ridley Scott took it and ran with it, he boldly extended alien lore, just not in the way that Alien fans particularly wanted. Like the Prometheus films I like them. They're fascinating. But it's like Aliens, there's like they're like a side note. They're like an afterthought.
Yeah, he's expanding the universe and exploring a different
can't-
idea in it that's much bleaker. Like I love the ending to Alien Covenant. I think is the perfect ending to an Alien movie, and it was the only one bold enough to have that ending.
Right.
Just
But,
completely
like,
bleak.
This feels like the Star Wars problem, which is Lucas took Star Wars and went, all right, let's go in this whole new place and talk about trade wars. And then everybody hated it. And then they were like, lesson learned. Let's never do anything new again. And so that's felt like Alien Romulus, where it was like, okay, now it's just all callbacks, like all safe. Safe. And I'm like, come on, let's have a fucking rhinoceros alien already. Like, we can do new things when we realize what the new stuff we should do versus,
Right.
Yeah.
We said time travel is a gift here. Why he hasn't fought cavemen and dinosaurs?
The Predator. Yeah.
Yeah, what is your problem, Hollywood?
Yeah. I want a Predator fucking tearing out the spine of a T-Rex. Mm-hmm. Like, I want that.
Take him all day.
Yeah.
Just laboriously
thing.
ripping that spine out with like a backhoe.
Yeah. But I want it. Yeah, I don't know. I just think this movie is a case of that, where it's like they were on the right track. It just wasn't a particularly great movie that people liked because it's sort of rambling. That I think they were like, all right, never mind. I mean, I don't know. I didn't actually look into how well this movie did. But they certainly would have made more Predators if this was successful, right?
Yeah.
But like this was they had the right idea. Because again, it's slasher rules, right? It's a completely new cast, completely new location, and it's just Predator plus blank.
No,
I think
yeah.
yeah. I now really want James Bond versus Predator. Like, that now really like speaks to me. A secret agent, government secret agent, goes on
Yeah.
a mission undercover or something, and then bam, Predator. That
Just
would be
chasing him all over the world.
fun. Yeah. Oh God, Tom Cruise versus Predator. I'd watch that. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Watching them in a foot race with each other.
Yeah, just running.
This was a moderate hit, it says.
Okay.
57
Yes, sir.
million. So about half of what the first one made. So it didn't make any more.
Yeah. Tom Cruise has to wear the Predator's face, go undercover as the Predator.
Yeah. It's one of the Mission Impossible face machines.
Yeah, fuck it.
Now I'm just thinking
Any other
about
thoughts?
all these movies that they should have made. No,
I
like,
know.
this is a fun movie. This is a fun movie. Like, it's not. I'm glad they went this direction with it instead of doing another Predator, like just
Yeah.
another group of mercenaries in the jungle somewhere else. Like,
Again, this
taking it in this direction feels like the more fun way of let's just I don't know, spin the wheel. Let's see where he lands. Oh, he's in medieval times. He's gonna fight King Arthur. Let's go.
we have 2 data points on this graph, right? And it's just like when you look at those data points and look at where it might head, you get excited. You're just like, fuck, man. Like they were, this was the
were onto
right
something, yeah.
direction. And then Prey, I would argue, belongs on that grade.
Of course, yeah. That's also very strongly demonstrates what we've been talking about. It's like this.
Yeah,
you can
and
do
so-
a lot with this premise just with the fact that it has time travel built into it.
I haven't watched the new Hulu series.
Not
you?
yet. Me
Yeah, I
yet.
haven't had time. But that seems to promise that. So, like, I don't know. It seems like we're not alone here. There are people in power who understand this. So
Yeah.
that's nice. We've come a long way with Predator.
Yeah.
And this just shows our struggle. It shows the struggle. You know?
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
We've been steadily making the predator, the planet hotter in the hopes that it will lure him back.
Exactly.
That's what we've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's worth it.
It's all for you, Predator.
It's all for you. And it's... Are we done?
I think we're done.
right?
Yeah, we've been done for a minute.
Yeah, so it's all for the enchanted wandering unpierced left
Hey!
nipple cider served at room temperature.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. We appreciate you, obviously. We appreciate you letting us watch Predator 2. And this is through our Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We watch movies every Friday night. That's a tier. Movies like Predator 2.
We've definitely
absolutely
watched Predator 2.
Yeah, we also have exclusive podcasts for just $5 a month that you can listen to. So many. We have like 700 podcasts.
We have way too many.
Yeah, that includes Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Fox Mulder is a Maniac, the complete series, Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys. Those are all what they sound like. And then Himboos, our brand new podcast about Supernatural. Those are all exclusive. $5 a month. $5.
Just five little bucks.
Yeah, that's nothing. Check it out.
It's the price of one Predator 2 rental.
Exactly. I bought it, but yeah.
Well, yeah. We also have a store. Head over to gamefullyunemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store. We have all kinds of cool original artwork by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out. Please rate and review our podcast wherever you listen to them. It helps. Check out our new show,
Yes.
Badical, Badical, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And I think that's it.
Yes, that's it. I got to show Hannah this movie, and it began like a lot of conversations began with me walking in the room and going, "Have you seen Predator 2?" And like long pause. No, and it's like, all right.
All right. Gather around.
Every time, just
I made
like,
popcorn.
no.
No, this was a good one though. This was a treat.
This is
a treat.
This is a treat.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this. Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at artnessbyjustinbrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at starlenearts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.